It's your yummy update time. It's your yummy update time. We are now finishing the FOMC. That was the last FOMC of this year. Major loser Powell came out and said, I am a major loser, confirmed. So too late. Here we go. Moo, 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 moo. Me on the left saying moo, moo. Major loser Powell comes out and with a very nice surprise. Everybody was expecting him to be a hawk, where he goes, you're getting a cut, but I don't like you. Puh, open your mouth. Puh. You ever done one of those? Right? Some people like that. Okay? Some people like that. Some of us like that. All right? So, not the gorilla grip, though. So, major loser Powell, he did the whole golden shower, spit in your mouth. You know? Oh, gosh. Let us breathe. Stop choking. And then he comes out with literally a surprise. As I said for you earlier in Juicy News Friends, I was literally at the gym and I'm telling you, I was in so much disbelief. I go, whoa, 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 whoa. Did you just say you printed $40 billion? Yes. Yes, he did. So he said he's printing money. He did $45 billion, not per month, but he did it in a month. It'll be a month. It'll be monthly later. And his excuse is it's for April 2026. Tax day liquidity reasons. Friend, I'm telling you right now, these central bankers, they know how to manipulate humans. Okay, friends, you want to be a psychopath? Okay, if you want to go, you want to steal, cheat, you want to rob people, just go and watch politicians. Watch how they lie. Listen to the words they say. They're so good at how they can make a big action, but they confirm it with words that dial it down for you. I'm telling you, man, I don't even know they're human. I don't think they're human. They know humans inside out. So they say, hey, we printed money, but. You see, next year, there's a liquidity hole in April because of tax day. So we're preparing now for that little liquidity hole. Don't worry about it. It's very, very interesting how they do it, friends. I mean, it's kind of like, friends, let's say I walk into your basement and I'm like, hey, I'm going to give you a loan next year and you're going to have to pay me back. So I'm just going to steal from your safe now because you're going to pay me back anyway, right? I know we're laughing now. That's actually what they're doing. That's literally what they're doing. Because when they print currency, what do? They steal from the population. Oh, man. And this is not an exaggeration. I listened to it firsthand. These are the types of games that all central banksters and US Fed play when they look for any reason to print money. And it never makes sense to any outsider. It never makes sense to any outsider because you and I don't have the script. We do not have the script. We don't know the script. That's why I'm here to tell you that you and I are going to make it. You, me, and Pikachu together. I'm telling you there is a script. Yeah, there is a script. But you can never prove it. Yeah. But the best part about markets is that you don't need to prove it. You just stay long. That's why I'm long. Yeah. Because what's the script? The script is they're going to print more money. They're going to debase the currency supply even more. Okay. So I know there's a script. I know you're going to print more money in the future. I'm just going to stay long crypto. It's the best thing in the world where you can actually change your life. Capital allocation. You know, that's why it really is good. It's a gift. Okay, but it doesn't feel like a gift because it's been 5 years of hell. It feels like a curse. One day it'll feel like a gift. One day. Maybe we'll be dead by then. Give it enough time and it looks like a movie script. So to continue as well, friends, we have seen now. So the prevailing, I'm going to use the N word, narrative. The prevailing narrative you're going to see about crypto influencers. Remember, 40 plus major crypto influencers, the biggest followings, have bear market confirmed. Bear market confirmed. Crypto winter. We're in a bear market. Bear. Down. They don't keep saying that, okay? It could happen. You know, I don't know. It could happen. I'm just going to share with you something, okay? You'll also see them say, oh, rate cuts are priced in. You'll also hear them say, oh, major winner, Kevin Hassett, all of the money printing, it's all priced in. They priced it all in. Because what they want to do is, it's confirmation bias again. They don't want to get back in. They want rate zero, money printing, and then they want to get back in. They're in a weak point, though. Because what I'm here to tell you is we've already printed the money, a lot of the global liquidity this year. So maybe the rate of change of money printing next year, global liquidity, won't be as aggressive as they expect. However, Main Street, shown by the PMI and consumer sentiment, is still very, very, very depressed, 37 months and counting. So I know it's outside of their possibilities, but like in the past, what happens usually is just Main Street just starts picking up. They feel economically better. That's when we get the interest rate below what they call the neutral rate. So that's why I showed you in Juicy News. I'll show it for you again. We are in a deviation of minus 0.33%. That is about 1 to 2 cuts priced into the market today. This is the deviation. This is a spread of the US 2-year yield minus the Fed funds rate. So you can see, okay, what does the market expect for the yield going forward 2 years? It's only got 1 to 2 cuts. Okay, it's wild. It's kind of like these are rare moments in time. You're in disbelief. You're like, wait a minute. Major winner Trump wants to elect a major winner to cut the crap out of rates and run the economy hot. Why are the rates like this? This is just, you got to remember, friends, you and I, we're in crypto land. Okay, we are like so contrarian. We're like such a unique little island. Everyone out there who moves the hundreds of billions of dollars in the bonds and the bills, they don't make any decisions that's outside of their system. Okay, so in their system, they've probably got, okay, we want to see more commentary, more words, more actions. We want to see more of the Fed change their decisions. They know what happens historically for them to gear up to actually be doves. But you and I, because that's why, friends, in crypto, we're so schizo. We're like seeing the picture from like a year and a half, a long way away. And we're like, screw it, we'll just go in right now. But they don't act like that in TradFi, okay? So the market has not priced in any easing from major winner Kevin Hassett or any Fed chair replacement. And it also means if the US jobs continues weaker trend and major loser Powell makes dove comments, we will see an upside boost for crypto prices, okay? If the rates, the easing was priced in, we would not see this number, okay? It would be closer down here, okay? It would have broken the low from the bottom of the year. So the number would be down here. So you would see this chart down there, okay? So this would be, if you want to price it in, you'd be like, okay, we're down there. But we're not, okay? I know it doesn't look like much on a screen, but that's a huge, huge, huge deviation, right? Because you got to remember, right? If it's priced in, then you're like, oh, crap. We've already priced in all the easing. We know what's coming. Okay, so what good can possibly come out of this? And that's when you start to get a bit worried, because that means something has to crack hard and then to bring the bazookas out. But they wait for the cracking hard part to come, which might mean everything drops 50 to 70% in altcoin, shitcoin land, right? But that's not happening though. That's not happening. They haven't even priced in the cuts, okay? So let's not get ahead of ourselves. In other news that we saw today, friends, as well, the racist Russell 2000 enters the banana zone, okay? Racist Russell, this is me. Do you like this cute little kissy from this banana picture? Whee! This is me just showing screenshots earlier. Thank you to Sami Fan Token community as well for putting me with a giant banana sword. I don't know who this is, and I don't know the context, but I like it. I like it. And then what was you have? Oh, man, we are so destroyed, dude. We are so destroyed. It's not funny, you know. Gosh, friends, you know, when I see like a 5-minute green candle, I already know, even in the moment, I'm like, man, this dopamine's wearing off in literally 15 minutes. It's so wearing us out. But, you know, one day at a time. So I got to remind you, this is the racist Russell 2000 chart, friends. It is in come mode, candle up momentum. Also, very, very strong, big chart to pay attention to. This is the 12-month chart with the biggest, fattest candle wick you've ever seen. And the last time it did this was literally zombie virus. And the year after, from the open to the close, so from the open to the very, very top of the year, went up 24%, man. Man, that'll be absolutely wild. Oh my gosh, 24%. Friends, that would be the racist Russell 2000 literally hitting a freaking 3,200 zone. That's enormous, man. That's big. Remember as well, once again, I do just remind everyone, it's 2,000 companies, 1,000 of them don't make money. So if people are buying them, it makes you think, oh, you must be feeling good about the future if you're buying 1,000 unprofitable companies, right? That's why a lot of people, friends, who are like perma bears, right? Perma bears, they will look at that and they say, speculation, bubble, stupid, speculation, bubble, stupid. They just say that over and over again. But when I look at that, okay, I don't just look at that. I don't just think that. I think, oh, wait, why? Why do you feel confident about the future? Now, you don't need to know why. All you need is a signal. You go, hey, you're expanding. That's it. I'm staying long. That's it. You don't need to know the why. But I do like to spend time about thinking about the why because I really want to feel in a family-friendly way the market, what's going on. And then that's why some of my theories, and they're just theories, friends, you know what I mean? This brain barely does any thinking. But if I was to just guess, it's got something to do with AI. It's got something to do with the fact that people are feeling confident that AI is getting exponentially smarter. Not the data centers just by themselves. AI itself is getting exponentially smarter, higher IQ points. It can do more. It can solve more things. It can learn stuff itself. And it's getting, people can see it on the horizon. Okay, now I don't know all the chips and all the in and out, but I'm just that's what the market prices are a signal. Okay, I don't need to go know that. I can already tell you it's not a coincidence. People are punting dog poop companies, right? It's not a coincidence. Okay, so I think people are looking at these companies and like, hey, I wonder if using AI in the future, your poopy company can turn the loss into profitability. Right? We already got hints of that with Palantir. Alex Karp, the dude, he's I don't know what is injected, man. I don't know what is injected, snorted, swallowed, but he's on another level. He's on another planet. Okay, so Alex Karp, the Palantir CEO, right? The guy who was doing the break stand stuff on the chair. I found it. Oh man, if they ever put me on one of these international stages, because I don't like going to this stuff, but I won't even practice a speech. I'll just practice. I don't want to do that. I will just attempt to do this on a chair. That will be my only response. Oh my god. So Palantir, that's why Palantir went up freaking to the moon. It's trading at like 300 PE. But it's because Tom Lee said this, he saw it firsthand. And by the way, Tom Lee's long it. Okay. He said, there's a company, we got them to secretly use Palantir. Can't tell you the company. They plugged in all the employees, all the contracts, all their hedging. They plugged in speeches, commentary, audio files, the whole database of the entire company. And Palantir, it absorbed it all. And I said, okay, you're losing money. This is what you got to do to fix it. They said, okay, you're hedging your commodity wrong. That's freaking wild, friends. They didn't even say what commodity it was. They gave it a more cheaper and efficient way to hedge for the commodity that they need. Like, it's kind of like if you need corn, let's say you just say corn bean. You sell like, let's say cans of corn. You got to buy the corn futures, okay? Maybe like Palantir, I don't know what it did. Maybe it said like, oh, you're hedging it every 3 months, but it's actually really inefficient. What you should do is just buy the 12-month contract out in the future, and you like save yourself a couple of basis points. Like it's something like things like that. And it gave like 5 or 10 big major things like this, and the company within like 6 months went from losing money and started turning positive based off that. So that's why I'm thinking about, I wonder if the racist Russell 2000, a bit of the risk on sentiment is people thinking about this. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I wonder what happens if that can happen. It's just like, that's what happened with the internet boom. There's companies out there, good companies, they don't have outreach. But now, what if I give you a website? Now you can just spam your website to everybody out there, right? Like, ilovecorn.com, yeah? And then that's it. Everybody can go access you, and they can see, wow, look at this great packaging of corn. I love canned corn. You see what I mean? But that's we're in that 0 to 1 moment. Okay, now everyone's got a website. You don't care. Yeah, but that's now. I mean, like, you know, the internet boom was in the 90s, right? It's been like 25 years. So maybe, of course, not maybe, but in like, you know, 10, 15, 25 years, everyone will be like, yeah, man, AI works for everybody. Like, there's no competitive advantage, okay? So that's why I'm just showing you when I see the racist Russell 2000 going up, that's the perspective I'm looking at. Whereas 99% of crypto influencers are looking at stuff saying, stupid, dumb, you shouldn't be up there, too much risk, bear market confirmed, right? That's ultimately, it's just a matter of perspective. Now, despite all of this surprising change, we're still locked in to the channel of friendship. We will see, friends, if we do make it towards this 50-week moving average, and we'll see how Year of the Snake finishes. And then next year is going to be Year of the Horse. Yeah, so, you know, it just does seem like, friends, like they're going to run the economy hot next year. You know, friends, I literally made a video within the past 24 hours, one of my videos. I've told you, go look. I know you don't believe me because you have to see it for yourself. And I don't care if you believe me. You just have to take my word for it, okay? If you look at the US Fed and the politicians, they're both politicians, right? So government, okay? It looks like there's all these different opinions, and it's like everybody's opinion matters. Yeah, let's hold hands, respect the people. It looks like that, optically, visually. But if you just write down a timeline of the actions, you will see it's all scripted, it's all rigged. They have an agenda, and everything lines up for it. Okay? That's what happens every time. They will print. They will run the economy hot. They will find a way to get the bonds, because the rest of the world doesn't want to buy their bonds for America below a 4% yield rate. Okay? So they want to run the economy hot. You got to get that thing lower, maybe to 3% or whatever. They'll find a way, friends. They always find a way. They have a goal. I want to run the economy hot. We want to overtake AI, and we want to get the big boost, the first mover advantage, data centers. We don't want to let China like overtake us. So if you just know that, that's why you friends, that's like the negative 50 IQ. That's like the you know, the mid curve meme. Yeah, like the negative 50 IQ. You're looking at that, you're like, whatever, they're just gonna find a way, you know. And then like if you're gonna be like that, you know, the 300 IQ guy, yeah, that's like the Lynn Oldens, where they're like they really truly understand all this, but it takes so much time and effort. You don't need to know that, right? And everybody's caught in the middle of the curve. The middle of the curve is saying stuff such as QT ending is not the same as QE. That's what they're saying. Or they're saying bear market confirmed. That's the type of stuff they're saying, right? So we'll take it day by day. Hopefully this 50 freaking month curse ends, and we're still working at McDonald's. For how long? I don't know. Catch you soon.